Hello everyone out there in the real world, welcome back to my Lego world and welcome to Daily's Bricks. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Before we get started, as always, please can I ask, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to this channel, and also head on over to Instagram and follow us at dailies_bricks. So, as you've probably seen with the title to today's video, what we're going to build now is the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy ship from Lego, which I'm really excited about building. I know I always say I'm really excited about building whatever set I am building. I guess that's why I'm building it. But it is really true about this one, because I am a massive Marvel fan and this set looks insane. I've got a friend who's built it and he said it was fantastic build. It was huge, a lot bigger than they were expecting, so I can't wait to get started with this one. So we are going to do that right now, really. Just before we do, if you didn't know how big a Marvel fan is, I'm that big a Marvel fan is I obviously cosplay as well, and one of my favourite characters that I cosplay is Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, which you can see right here. So yeah, there's a lot of time goes into making all that blue makeup and applying the fin and stuff like that, but it is huge fun and I love being Yondu. He's such a fun character to be. Whenever I go out and stuff places as Yondu, he always gets a massive great reception as well. I also do a Mary Poppins version of Yondu, which is just a bit of a laugh, but everyone again absolutely loves that from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 kind of reference. So yeah, that's how much I love Marvel and love the Guardians of the Galaxy. So let's get cracking on with this build. Let's start with looking at the box and then I'll take you through the build today. So before we get started, let's show you the box. So as you can see, this is kind of a new Marvel Studios sets box art. As you can see as well, it's, for me, it's kind of geared towards a bit more adult. The box looks a bit more like those kind of adult creator sets now, where it just shows you the Lego piece and it's a bit darker as well. It's a 14+ set. It's set number 76193 and it's called the Guardians ship, or as some most like to call it, it's the Benetar. You can see Thanos on the artwork there, and below you've got all your minifigures. If I just zoom in, you've got, with this set, you've got Rocket, Star-Lord, Groot, Mantis, Thor and a Chitauri, as well as Drax. Fantastic minifigure of Drax, as you can see right there, exactly like we see him in Infinity War. If you didn't get that joke, go watch Infinity War. Sorry about that. But yeah, so this is a 14+ set, like I said, from the Marvel Studios Infinity Saga series. It's a relatively new set. It just came out in this summer. Now I'll be 100% honest with you guys, I'm not a big space person. I don't really watch a lot of kind of movies set in space and stuff, but like I did just say, I'm a massive Marvel fan, and kind of anything that Marvel takes into space I get into, and Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 are two of my favourite Marvel movies. So this set really speaks to me. Now I'm going to be honest, and this is probably going to annoy some people. I'm not a Star Wars person, okay? And I know they bring out loads and loads of Star Wars ships and things like that, and the one thing that I really don't get with Star Wars is that a lot of the Lego sets to bring out, okay, and please don't hate me for this observation, okay, is every set looks dull and grey. Okay, that's just my observation. Like I said, disclaimer, I'm not a Star Wars person. I like the universe, but the idea of the universe it's set in, just the movies for me, they just don't hit a note, and I've never grew up with any kind of great love of the movies. And whenever I see the Lego Star Wars sets, and especially with spaceships, like I said, I'll always hold my hand up and say I'm not really a spacey kind of person, but they all just look dull and grey. Now I know there's grey on here, I'm well aware of that, but it's broke up with the shades of orange, and to me it looks a lot more interesting. But I will hold my hands up and say I might be a bit biased because I like anything to do with Marvel and I like Guardians of the Galaxy, so I might be a little bit biased in those lenses. And I know there is some Star Wars ships, before you start saying, well, what about this one and that one, I know there's Star Wars ships out there that aren't grey, but that's just my very, very kind of, I don't want to say narrow-minded, but kind of like, I'm not interested in Star Wars view. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. So as we can see there in the front, you've got Rocket and Star-Lord both flying the ship there, and I think it looks like a really nice piece. So if we take a look on the back, you can see it's there mounted up, and it shows you that it obviously is a display piece, it's not a toy really. And you can mount it on this kind of stand here, which I do believe a lot of the Star Wars comes on. You can rotate around and things, and I just show you some of the features down here for having a donut and some coffee, Groot's in there, and things open up and stuff. Now I will also say, as you've probably guessed by what I've said, is because I don't build any of the Star Wars sets, I don't really build sets like this as well, to be honest with you. So I'm really looking forward to building this because it's something a little bit different for me. I spend a lot of the time obviously building modular things and things for my city, so I don't really have a great amount of display pieces for of Lego. And it's not to say that I don't like them, it's just I kind of prioritise city stuff, I guess. So I'm really looking forward to building this and having this displayed around the house. Now there is display pieces out there that I want, things like the 89 Batmobile, the Batwing, and the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 car that they brought out last year. I do really want those pieces, but I've kind of never got around to getting them, which I know I need to get my skates on for one or two of them. But this kind of, like I said, and like I keep saying, I'm an absolute Marvel nerd and comic book nerd. So I really, really wanted to get this as soon as possible and build it, and we're going to pop it up somewhere in the house when it's done. So this will be, for me, quite a refreshing change. Instead of building a building for the city, or a landmark, or roads and things like that for the city, it'll be nice to build something that's a little bit different, and probably have to use some different techniques and pieces that I've not really used a lot before. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I've waffled on enough. Let's get cracking on, eh? Okay, so here we are. This is so far so good with our Lego Guardians ship build, and this is bags 1 to 5 that we built so far. So as you can see from the video right now that you're seeing, the pictures, so far we've got the kind of main body of the ship, and we've started getting one of the wings ready. I really enjoy building this at the moment. Like I just said before, I don't really have much experience building anything other than Lego city stuff and buildings and modulars and things. So it's been a refreshing change, using some kind of techniques that's a bit different, parts and pieces that obviously, like these here, more technical kind of parts that I've not used a huge amount before. So it is just nice to kind of build this and see how it comes along as well. I don't know what I was kind of expecting. I don't know, I kind of thought that the first couple of bags would be really boring and structural and things like that, but they weren't. By the first couple of bags you had this kind of main cabin bit of the ship, and you could really see it, which was refreshing. I guess I was kind of maybe basing my thought perception off the building the Lego treehouse ideas treehouse, which I really enjoy building, love building. The first couple of bags were very, very foundational. Is foundational a word? I don't know. If it isn't, I've just made up a word. But as you can see from this, it's not. You've got, after 5 bags, you can tell it's starting to look like a spaceship. Now what I do really like is the details inside here. If I can just show you a little bit closer by bringing it closer to the camera, sorry. As you can see, for me, like I said earlier, I'm not a spacey person. I don't really do much when it comes to watching movies about space exploration and spacecrafts and stuff. But this, for me, has kind of a feeling. I guess the one thing I can say I really liked about space was a TV series in the UK here called Red Dwarf. And I always remember the Red Dwarf bug. It was very kind of small, cramped cabin inside, and it didn't look particularly pleasing on the eye, I guess, inside, because it was just there for function, and it's not designed to look nice, I guess. And it's just very much, oh, there's the coffee machine right next to I guess this important lever that moves or opens a door or something. And that's exactly what they've done on the inside here, and I really like it. It's not like a massive space. It is going to be very cramped in there for people, and I do like that. But as we can already see, this is quite a big build already, which is fantastic. I'm glad it is. I want this to be a nice big display piece in my house. But as you can see alone, this wing here is not even finished, and it's already kind of the size of my hand. It's already bigger than my hand, really. So it's going to be a big build, and I'm really looking forward to getting more of this done and seeing how it's coming along. Really, like I said, every bag now really starts giving them more shape and structure. So let's continue this build on. Okay, so we're 7 bags into it now, and as you can see, we've now got 2 wings on and the main body all attached. So we'll crack on, and obviously these wings are going to go even bigger because there's ends to go on these and a roof to go on the cabin and stuff in the front. So still a bit more to do, but if you've built this, you realise it's actually starting to get quite a size, but really fun and kind of quick build as well, I guess. Okay, so here we have it, the finished Guardians of the Galaxy ship, also known as the Benetar. So let's get a bit of a closer look so you can see what it looks like fully finished. Now we'll start with just down at the bottom here. As you can see, we've got the minifigs. So starting just here, we've got a Chitauri, Thor, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Mantis and Groot. So there's 6 minifigures in total, all fantastic little builds, really nice detail on the bodies and things like that. As you can see, Thor has Stormbreaker with him, and Rocket has one of his kind of contraption guns, as well as the Chitauri has a gun, and Star-Lord has his kind of pistols as well. So they're within. I've not opted to put any of them in the actual build itself, as I'll probably use them within my city and stuff like that. Unfortunately with this, compared to things like the 89 Batman mobile and the Ecto 1, there's no kind of like a base where you can put the minifigs it comes on with. I mean the Ecto 1 in terms of the ID set, not the big one what they sent last year, which was quite nice. There's not one of that with here, or a little display plaque giving you some information about, which I think is a bit of a shame, given that it's not really going to be like a city set or a play set. This is very much a display piece. So if we just pan out, there is the Benetar itself. Nice big build, and I had loads of fun putting this together. It was really nice, and surprisingly it came along a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Like I said earlier on, I haven't really built many sets like this, like a display set, especially like a spaceship or something like that. I always in my mind kind of think that they'll take maybe a really long time, but this didn't. It came along really quick. You started building the body of the ship very quick, and then got out into the wings and stuff like that. And it was really fun build. Now it's on this stand here, which you can rotate around, so I'll just rotate it just slightly there, and I'll bring the camera up so you can see a little bit on the top and round. So you've got these kind of noticeable features of the Benetar where it's got the wing kind of splits into 2 there, and they do move up and down, so you can customize that a little bit. And as you expect, on the other side it's exactly the same. Now at the back you've got the kind of these are the thrusters, and they can move out as well. So there's a little bit of playing around to configure it however you want to display it really. And then as you can see, just right dead center in the front here, you've got the cockpit, which does open up. I mean, you can open that bit up, but I've done the easy bit so you can see a bit more. And you've got the captain's chair there, which, you know, I might end up putting one of the minifigures in if there's someone who I've got twice, just to put in there. You can see the little control panel and stuff for them, the thrusters here and stuff. But for now I'm just going to leave it empty. Inside there is some little cool details, but unfortunately because of the lack of light and stuff inside and it's all encased in, we can't really see in without having to take the roof bit off, which I'll take off now for you. So just trying to get some light for you to see. It's not really that easy to see in here, but like I said, you've just got a very kind of narrow cabin, things like a coffee maker and a donut in there and stuff. Yeah, it's not that easy to kind of show you inside here, and you can't really see too much. There's just a few little bits and pieces, like I don't know if you can see there's a little picture on the screen monitor there, probably looking for someone, the Guardians and stuff like that. So yeah. So that's the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Benetar, all fully done and completed now. And I would love to hear what you guys think. What do you think of the build? Have you guys gone out and purchased it? Or is it one that's on your list and you're just kind of waiting for the right time? Me personally, like I said earlier, I love anything to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the comics. So seeing the Benetar was one I definitely want to get my hands on and build. And I take a couple of days to build these things. I don't just like to rush through them and stuff. I like to just take the time, enjoy it, do a couple bags at a time. And it was one that I really did enjoy doing, especially given that I don't really do these kind of sets. I do a lot more of the kind of the city stuff and the modulars. So it was really fun to do something totally different for me and see some of the building techniques what are used in some of these sets, using a lot of those kind of hinge joints and things like that as well, and some of the technique parts which I don't have a lot of experience with. Downside for me is it is kind of a bit hard to see inside, so it kind of feels like any details that are inside a little bit wasted, but hey ho, I'm not going to kind of go too much in that because it is a bigger set than I expected. You know, it is a nice big spaceship. It's going to look fantastic in a display piece, especially, like I said earlier, please don't hear me for saying this, is it's colourful. A lot of the other spaceships from the Star Wars world and stuff like that, or some of them should I say, not all of them, it just seemed like they're just dark grey or light grey. Whereas this has got orange, it's got that purple screen on the front and things, and the blue thrusters underneath. It just looks a bit more eye-catching to me, and the shape, I really like how the wings kind of come up and then there's fold-out bits and things. For me, it looks like a really nice display piece. Another downside for me is I would have really liked kind of to, as it's not really a play set, it's not a set you're going to play with or any kid's really going to play with, and at the price point as well, it is very much geared to the adults and that display kind of piece, that I would have really liked them to have done like what they did with the 1989 Batmobile, where you have a kind of a stand for the minifigures and then a little display kind of icon just showing you, telling you a bit of information about the whole set and things like that as well. I think that would have been just a nice little extra feature given. Like I said, it's not really a toy set, this one. It's not gauged towards kids. This is really going to sit on the shelf. It's certainly not going to be in the city anywhere. So I think that's my little bugbear on it. But other than that, absolutely fantastic. I loved building it. It comes along really quick. There's about 14 bags of this to build, and I really enjoyed each and every bag, even the frame, which I kind of had to build myself up to do, because it's kind of like, oh, this is the last bag. And I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to kind of getting towards the end of the set, I'm kind of, I don't want to end it kind of thing. It sounds daft because I've got loads of other Lego to build and stuff, but it's just kind of like one of those things where you think, once it's done, it's done. I don't dismantle the sets, I keep them up and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. So in closing, I would love to hear what you guys think. What do you think about the Benetar? Is it a set you're looking to get yourself? Is there anything that's kind of holding you back from buying the set? and where would you like them to go? This is the first time I've kind of done one of these big sets gauged as adults in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know they did the Daily Bugle earlier this year, but is there any other kind of ones that you think they could do? I know that in the past they've done the big helicarrier, but that was years and years ago. Is there any that you really think, oh, that would be really interesting if it did something like this or that or the other? I would really love to hear that from you guys. Now, as always, just to close, please, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel here, and head on over to @dailies_bricks on Instagram to check out all the latest there. But until next time, guys, we'll see you. Bye!